Covering Le Pen for us today is France 24's Delano de Souza. He's outside her headquarters and we can speak to him right now. Delano, we understand this afternoon Le Pen is meeting some members of her top team behind closed doors. Do we know what they're discussing?
Well, Marine Le Pen is wasting no time shifting her focus to those parliamentary elections in June. In her speech last night, she acknowledged what she was able to accomplish, acknowledging that the National Rally Party is really the main opposition party here in France. It took home 41.4% of the vote versus 33% back in 2017. So they clearly are the dominant party. Now, whoever voted for Marine Le Pen in yesterday's election voted for her, something that Emmanuel Macron acknowledged when he spoke at his victory speech. He acknowledged that the people who voted for him didn't necessarily want him as president, but they voted for him. Some people who voted for him to keep Marine Le Pen away from power.
Now, Le Pen came closer in this election, Delano, to power than she's ever done before. Nonetheless, this is her third defeat in a presidential election. What do you think went wrong for her this time?
Well, if you speak to people from the National Rally Party, they're not licking their wounds, really. They're looking at their score, which they got in 2017, as well as the score which they got last night, and they say that's nearly a 10-point jump. If they manage to keep up this trend in the next election in 2027, they think they have the presidency in the bag. So clearly, they're going to shift their focus now to those legislative elections which are coming up. But what went wrong for the Marine Le Pen camp? Well, during the course of the campaign, we all spoke about how she had softened her tone when we compared her to the far-right xenophobic candidate Eric Zemmour. The minute we took out Eric Zemmour from the picture after he didn't make it to pass the first round of the vote, then scrutiny sort of started to focus on Marine Le Pen's campaign, her economic policies, her plans to, for example, ban the hijab on day one after she became president. So that really sort of put the spotlight on her and her policies. Plus, we had that debate last Wednesday night where she really failed to convince voters sitting on the fence that she could be their president. We had Emmanuel Macron really gave her a dressing down on how economic policies work. We also had the president who told her that her plan to ban the hijab would create a civil war here in France. So Marine Le Pen didn't really manage to sway anyone sitting on a fence with that performance.
Delano de Souza outside Marine Le Pen's headquarters here in Paris. Thanks very much.